joy. Life is all about just happy. So now some people might be thinking like a happy is suffering. Suffering itself is happy, my friend. I tell you the beautiful story. Yesterday I was going through little suffering. I was little bit disturbing emotions, and something happened, and I was I was observing my suffering, my emotional disturbing, and I thought like wow, is this a suffering? Is this so-called emotion disturbing? And I was so curious about my own emotional disturbance. And I feel a little heavy in my gut, my stomach. I feel a little heavy on my chest, the heart. And I feel my breathing, my breath get little shallow, little very short. And I felt that my brain start to kind of freeze. I feel like, wow, is this so-called disturbing emotion? Wow, So I was more curious than really angry. And now something it's so important that when we practice Shine, that mindful, mindful of that experience, like, whoa, I'm experiencing this right now. I am witnessing this so-called disturbing emotions. And interestingly, I didn't add anything. I didn't subtract. I didn't add. I noticed that I like a few seconds I was already adding. Again, again, that person, again. Like I was adding few seconds. And then when I observe my disturbing emotion, feeling heaviness, and then I thought I start to talk with myself. Do I really have to elaborate it? Or just observe it, see how it works. And as soon as I start to, instead of I stuck in my head, instead of I'm just digging all this past shit, and then try to labeling this experience and make it worse and worse and worse and worse, then I have to, that's so interesting. And then I get angry and then maybe start replying and then saying something bad, and then maybe my day is just totally mess up, and then I don't want that much. So I experience that. I wanted to see as it is. That is so beautiful. Then yesterday observing. I was observing or mindful of my experience. And I literally experienced that my heart is pumping quickly, my chest feel heavier, my gut feel a little heavy, and my breath is shallow and it's little shorter. And it was not really normal breath. It was like a and then my brain was like not functioning well, my cognitive, and I try to really see as it is without adding one information more or without subtracting one information less. I was so surprised. I thought like, whoa, it is there, experience is real. Whoa, experience is real. So what I'm trying to say, yesterday when I experienced that disturbing emotion, and I apply that. This is important for all of us. We have to apply it, not like put it in the head. Apply it. Yesterday I applied, and I really see the experience as it is, and I experience it. I experience everything, and I did some experiment with my body. I just change the rhythm of my without adding. So if I notice that if I add, because time to time I was adding like, oh no, yes, last time also like was that, oh like maybe going to happen in the future like that, and then maybe it's really bad, it's really not respecting me, it's really like a not fair for me, it's not really like a, we like to add the story because we sometimes we think we don't want suffering, but we like suffering. Do you understand? We like to create a story. We like to punish ourselves, and we like to punish other people by punishing ourselves, unconsciously or consciously. And yesterday I noticed that. So I immediately bring back to the mindful of the present moment of my body sensation. And I literally, when you are in a disturbing emotion, you experience your body. Very interestingly, you see the changes in your breath and your lung and your heart and in your head, and you will feel that every sensation. The interesting part is why I'm saying even the suffering is beautiful, because if you don't add the story, do you know what? It is just a sensation. It is just a sensation. The sensation can be same when you're having a fun in your bed. The breath is shallow. The heart is pumping. On your bed. I'm saying in the evening. In the evening when you are having lots of fun. So it's the same experience when when you're having a so-called disturbing emotion. But the context is different. In this context, like, oh, somebody did this and that to me, and that experience, the sensation, you feel like a bad. But the same sensation on the bed and on your with your partner, so that same shallow breath and same heart pumping and all this, the frontal lobe is not working, but that sensation is good. Why? Because context, because you're thinking I'm enjoying. So now what I understood here, what you think, it really matters. What you experience, it's the experience. There's no good or bad. Do you notice that you can experiment this 100 days for a time for us to experiment ourselves, be more mindful, and take every opportunity of your disturbing emotions, the jealousy, gossiping, whatever, especially strong emotions, ill will, whatever. So yesterday I did experiment with myself, and interestingly, I felt that if I'm adding the story, if I'm digging my subconscious, and it get worse, that experience, the same experience get tense and tense and tense and tense. And I feel like now that person is giving me this tense. In the reality, I am giving myself that old tense. So something I realized now, literally 95 to even 98% of suffering we are giving to ourselves, and which we can literally in this 100 days we can liberate it. We can liberate from this. Can you imagine that? 95 to 98 suffering, that in 100 days, that it's a big promise. But yeah, if it didn't work, I will say you didn't work hard. I give you all the tools. As the Buddha is so smart. Buddha said, I give you everything what you need. Now it's up to you. He's so smart. He said, like, I just show you the path. Now it's up to you. Do you want it to follow or not? So this 100 days, I will do my homework very hard. I will give you every tools. But if you are not working with yourself, if you are not doing experiment with your emotion, then then it's you.